Main source of energy? Sun. Whoops. I say that in all my videos, right? Organisms that make their own food? Autotrophs, also called producers. An example? Plants. How do they do it? Photosynthesis. Who can give me the reaction of photosynthesis?
Carbon dioxide, water, and light.
Make?
Glucose and oxygen.
Perfect. And we'll put an arrow here. So what I did with the plant was, on the plant coming in would be what? Sunlight. What else? Whoops. Carbon dioxide and the water. And coming out? Glucose and oxygen. Good job. Yeah, you do. All right, so what is this molecule? ATP. What's it used for? Energy. Okay, energy for what? All cell functions. So right here, these two things right here, so if you want me to circle them, I will. Right here. That's adenosine, yeah? What's this? Triphosphate. What's this silver thing? Bond full of energy. Let's add the word energy there. They should be bigger. And then what is the green? Adenine. What is the blue? Ribose. And the whole molecule? ATP. Hey. So how does ATP produce energy or release? When phosphate bonds break. So you have here ATP. We're going to break this phosphate bond right here. Energy is going to be poured out of this energy storing molecule, and you're left with ADP and a phosphate, okay? And massive amounts of energy. When ATP is made, this process is called cellular respiration. Who could give me the formula? Oxygen plus glucose makes water, carbon dioxide, and a lot of ATP. Good. Where do cells make this? Good. And the 3 steps in order? Glycolysis, Krebs, and ETC. Needed would be also known as what? Reactants. And makes products. So we're going to do glycolysis first. We're going to say what's needed, what's made, where it happens, and the total net ATP. Okay? So what do we need? Glucose? No. ATP 2 and NAD. What's made? NADH, 4 ATP, and pyruvates. How many pyruvates? 2. Good. Where does this happen? Cytoplasm. What's the total net? 2. If I invest 2 and I make 4, I really only made 2. This is the only part there's an actual net, okay, is in glycolysis. And if you want to look at the full process, anything that follows glycolysis can have a net technically because the net of glycolysis is less than the total yield. Does that make sense? Kind of. All right, Krebs, what do we need? 2 pyruvates, NAD and FAD. So let's add that. NAD and FAD. And remember, I'm going to move this, NAD and FAD. I'm going to move this kind of in between right here because it's kind of both, yeah? And I think I put it here. You see? It's kind of in both. All right? Because I didn't make you learn that you've got a coenzyme A that forms acetyl CoA. You just know it. What is made? NADH, FADH, CO2, which is my waste product, and the key here is ATP. Where does this happen? Net is going to equal the total because there wasn't an investment. All right? ETC. What do we need? They already came. NADH, FADH, oxygen, makes water, 34 ATP to 36, and then we're going to put here all because of what? Hydrogen ions, okay? Going through the matrix. All right, and where does this happen? Mitochondria, and the total net? 34 to 36. We'll add that now. And same here. Okay? They already came. So you know, when pyruvate enters Krebs, it actually forms, all you have to know is a COA, and the COA enters the citric acid cycle. Once it's in the cycle, you're going to see ATP being made, you're going to see NAD being made into NADH, and FAD being made into FADH. And CO2 is released, okay, as a waste. So during this cycle, you're going to see, if you look at the circle, you're going to see things being made throughout. The NADH made here, and all of the ones made here and here, which you don't have to know the amounts, are going to be used here. And that's why the massive amounts of energy is made during this process, because they saved all those to the end. All right, so we're skipping that slide. We're looking here. If we're going to fill in this chart, again, it's going to be the same things. Let's try to do it. Where? Cytoplasm. Reactants. You should know these already. Glucose. 2 ATP. NAD. Products. 4 ATP. NADH. I'm going to put pyruvate first, okay? So I'm just repeating the same thing over and over again. And ATPs, we could just scratch that out because we're putting it already. Scratch that. All right. Next, where? Mito. Needed. Pyruvate. NAD. FAD. And in the middle, we're going to put COA. And because I could put it here and I could put it here. That's why I'm putting it in the middle. What's made? How many? 2 ATPs, NADH, and FADH. And CO2. Where? Mitochondria. What's needed? NADH, FADH, and oxygen. What goes in the middle? Hydrogen ions. They're the trigger. And what's made? Water, 34 to 36 ATP. If I add cellular respiration to this chart, where? Cyto and mito. Yeah? What's needed? Glucose, oxygen. What's made? CO2, water. Good job. That would be net.